What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's time for this year's year recap video. So, yeah, let's just start from where January kicked off, obviously. First month of the year. So, I believe, let's start with the bands I was in, or am in, I should say, and maybe both. So, we'll start with Blue Jay, because that, of course, is the busiest band and the most active. For the month of January, we really just kind of took time off to not really spend time with family per se, because most three of the members are actual family, whether by blood or marriage. So did a lot of rehearsal, a lot of practice, whatnot. Just kind of winding down from the shows that we just did, and Christmas and New Year's obviously have just passed, so just kind of chilling out from that. Futilitarian, I think, was still writing the new record that is out now, so make sure you check out Futilitarian on Bandcamp. I think that's where it is. I know, Chad and Aaron, you guys have said where it was before. I probably messed it up, but I know one of the records is on Bandcamp. Maybe it's through, no, that's something else. Anyway, let's see, the Mark McKee Experience. Mark and I have not played live since 2022, so it's been a hot minute. But we are talking about getting back into rehearsals. There's a few clubs we can probably play during the day, kind of like happy hour vibe or lunch rush kind of thing. Anyway, so that's kind of what those three bands were doing in the month of January. I'm going to fast forward to February. Blue Jay let our drummer go. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but it's something that had to be done, and we are better for it, not having that person in the group. We already had a replacement, actually. Well, not before then, but we had, I shouldn't say we, I had a band with Derek and Wes called All the Rage with another friend named Mark. And I said, hey man, we just let our drummer go in Blue Jay, can you fill in until we get a permanent dude? Because at the time, I think Wes, you were in like 5 or 6 bands. Now I think it might just be 3. Country band, Blue Jay, and maybe one other band. Not All the Rage, I'll get to that here in a minute. He ended up joining the band. He came and I wouldn't say audition, because I knew he could play our stuff. No problem whatsoever. And he's in the band. He's been in the band ever since. So February was off to a emotional, rocky start. A lot of anger. Not even sadness, just for me, a lot of anger. The previous drummer had to go. I'm not going to get into specifics, but yeah, bye-bye. Then we had to take basically springtime off to make sure Wes knew the set and got our stuff and all that. So, because we did have plans to kick things off in February with gigs, and I don't think we haven't had anything booked, so thankfully we didn't have to cancel anything. We just simply couldn't go through with our plans for quite some time. We actually didn't return to the scene. I want to say, when was our first show with Wes? April? Definitely summertime we had some shows. So definitely we played in the summertime. I think it might have been even out to May. Maybe it was April. Did we play a 420 show? I don't know, I'm not gonna look. Either way, we had to take springtime off pretty much to get Wes not in shape, because he can drum for sure. Had to get our set down with him. And he did in a month or two. So yeah, probably it was April or May. Played some summer shows. We played a Pride show out in Cedar Crest at a brewery. It was outdoors, and the stage was facing west. Thankfully, it was a cloudy day, because everybody knows anything around here in the summer, even in the East Mountains, it's still hot being in the desert. So thankfully, the clouds were out, providing us with much needed shade, because that would have been a very rough gig if we would have been in the sun all day for that. In fact, I think there was a period where the sun popped out for like 20 minutes, and that was not pleasant. I know I should have done this before I filmed, but I'm not stopping now. Sorry about that. Been a long day. Anywho, so yeah, we did some summer shows. We did the Pride thing. We played some other local stuff, shows were kind of hit and miss this year. We played some new venues. We played 2 breweries, Ponderosa and Juno. I'm not getting into what happened with those shows, but they could have been better. I could have been better personally. Our Ponderosa gig wasn't the greatest, and I didn't handle it right. I wasn't yelling at anybody or calling anybody names or none of that stuff. I learned that back when I was a teenager, when I fell down that flight of stairs. But that's for another different video. If you want to go see it, my 4-part series of my 30 years of playing guitar, check that out. It's in the random chats. My energy just brought down the whole vibe. There were too many mistakes, and I got really, really pissed off. I messed up a few times. Other members messed up. I'm not going to name names, but I definitely wasn't happy with that show, and I did not handle it right. Lost my patience. I think at one point I stopped playing because the song it sounded horrible. So definitely not going to do that again to those guys and gals. They don't deserve that. I need to behave better and keep my emotions in check when stuff goes south at shows. So that's a lesson there. So anyway, Blue Jay, we just played live this year, and we're kind of getting a verbal buzz about us here. I know that's a weird thing to say, but giving in this day and age, everything on social media, to where when my brother and I first started playing, it was word of mouth. There was no internet. We had to flyer, and we had to do it the old school way of hitting the pavement and having people talk about us, and that's kind of strangely happening to us. Our website is in the works. KJ's working on it. We already have a logo and stuff. We're getting merch made. So next year, which is going to be in 3 hours and 20 minutes, we're not obviously going to launch everything on January 1st, but the new year, Blue Jay is going to have merch, and we're playing February 22nd at the Social Club for a fundraiser to raise rights. It's a benefit show for the transgender care over at Truman Health Center. That's going to be a good show. It's a great cause that we fully support 100%. We are actually hitting the studio in, it's February 5th? February 5th through the 8th, the band part goes in, and in March, the vocalists go in. So we're currently getting ready for that. I know that's starting next year, but we started doing that after our last show, which was October 22nd. It was at the Launchpad. We played with 12 Step Rebels, All Thick, and a band called the Ouija Chords. Great way to end the year for us, to play with some friends that we've known in the scene for a while, and Ouija Chords are hitting the scene with flying colors. They're amazing, Halloween-themed, spooky surf rock band out here. No vocals, all instrumental. All Thick is a straight-up punk band, and 12 Step Rebels is a psychobilly band. So we were the odd band out, being that we're more doo-wop, but we did play our heavier material, meaning it's just more of our punk doo-wop stuff. That's all that was. But we still fit that entire bill. I want to thank Barney for booking us for almost all the shows we played at Launchpad. Obviously, not all the shows, almost all. For every show we did at Launchpad and whatnot, thinking of us when certain bands came on the bill or whatnot. If we can do it, cool. If not, then hopefully the next one. Alex put on some shows for us, and other production companies out here. I forget you guys' names, but the Juno show and the Pride thing out in Cedar Crest, and we played out at the fair, at the fairgrounds this September. That was the big thing. That's right. That was in September. That was cool. For me and Jeff and KJ to return to the fairground stage. That was dope. For a lot of our band members, that was the first time for them. I think it was like my third or fourth, maybe even fifth time. Same thing with Jeff, give or take. KJ, I think he played a couple times too. So it was really cool to play the out at the fair theme. Think of it like Gay Day at Disney World. It was basically Pride Day at the fairgrounds here. And thankfully, we weren't met with a lot of people that vote on the right. We didn't have any issues with that whatsoever. There were no protesters around the stage, no one giving anybody any attitude. Everyone just kind of kept to themselves, which things, that's how it should be. Mind your business. We're living our life. Go live yours. So, anywho, so that was cool. So that was Blue Jay in a nutshell. We did our summertime fall gigs and got a new drummer. We're currently writing new original material to put out an EP. We are going to do one cover, our jazz version of Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt, because we want to release that next winter, either as a single or as maybe like a 3-song EP or something like that, because it's really cool. And I'm not trying to blow smoke or brag, but we did that with our old drummer, and to his credit, he did a pretty decent jazz beat to get the song done. Wes can actually play jazz, so we're gonna have an actual jazz beat with this thing, and doing this just Eartha Kitt jazz, if you want to call it that. So personal life, I'm still at my job. I'm not gonna say where, not that I'm embarrassed by it, but I don't want what I say on social media to get around to them, because they are a big corporation. If you know, you know. I'm still there. I'm loving it. I actually do like that day job quite a bit. I know you're supposed to have crappy day jobs to pursue music and whatnot. I still am. But at least now I have something I enjoy doing whilst playing this and trying to get either my name or Blue Jay's name out there, and whatnot. Now, could I be doing more? Of course I can. I'm going to try to do more. That's going to bring up to the next part. Personal goals. I think, if not last year's recap, the year before that, I talked about joining Taxi Music Company to start hopefully selling my music to get either some licensing or my stuff on TV or movies or whatever, radio ads. I have yet to join because it is money. And even though my day job, this is the most I've ever made hourly, I still have to be smart about my money. Not saying that joining up for Taxi would be a stupid idea, but I have to be smart with it because my income is the only income, and the in-laws are helping with the other half of the house, which sucks. So, but I think 2025 is the year I have to join Taxi and do it. And if it means I miss a utility bill or I don't get Starbucks that week, boo-hoo, gotta do it. I already got Reaper. I bought Reaper, I think, the end of last year. So I've had Reaper for a little bit now, and it's made a drastic change to my music for the channel and for other things. I'm now in 4K, which is awesome. I purchased a little buffer here for the video editing software, which is just the basic Windows software here. I don't have like Adobe Photoshop or Video Shop. KJ has that in his computer, but we can't afford to use that all the time. So I'm just using what the computer has. So that's why you don't see fancy stuff here and there, and you might see basic text roll on the bottom here. That's what I have to work with, so that's what I'm doing. But I upgraded the visuals to be 4K, because that's what everybody's doing. So I'm finally up to that bandwagon. So got Reaper, I'm in 4K. I want to thank all the new subs that I gained this year. I think I almost got 100 subs this year alone. Thank you guys. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and that bell. Content for the channel. That's a tough question because I do a lot of demos. I do a lot of chalking. I do a lot of chat and talking. Unscripted. Hence why all the words, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Or I'll start a convo and go off to something else and get off topic. That's just my thing. It may be entertaining to some. It may be like, dude, this guy's lame. I'm not going to sub to him. But it's what I do on this channel. I do it my way. Yes, I know there's hoops that we have to go through as YouTubers, which, for the record, I am not a YouTuber. I don't do this full time. Would I like to? Absolutely. But again, I like my day job. And I'm not a flashy guitar player. I'm not really comical. I'm kind of one of those zingers in the moment kind of thing. I do have my Which is Which series, which is not my original idea. That came from Glenn Fricker over at Spectre Sound Studios. He does blind, I almost said taste tests, blind sound tests. I decided to run with that and just call it Which is Which. I had some success at the beginning because I was doing a lot of the HM2 Boss Swedish Chainsaw stuff, but the latest ones, I barely break 50 views. So I don't think I'm really going to continue that series just because no one's really watching it. My DiMarzio demos, hang on, I just dropped the pick. There it is. My DiMarzio demos are where it's at. However, with my Les Pauls, I'm switching to EMG because I'm really tired of soldering, man, and I don't have proper gear. I'm tired of spending money to luthiers here in town to do something so simple, which I should probably just learn to do. But you know what? Having EMGs are probably going to make my life easier because you put in everything, you plug it in, and you're done. There's no electrical work to do at all. My strats are going to stay where they're at. I got one right behind me. That's my red Squire. My Johnson Strat is right there. Those things are set with the DiMarzios. Done deal. These are the JB and Jazz Hot Rodded Seymour Duncan. I am looking for something. Hang on. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Okay. Looking for a rag to polish this guitar, but I don't know where that rag went, so oh well. This guitar with these pickups, and yes, tone wood in my group is a thing, okay? I'm not using high gain. I'm not a metal band. I'm not in a metal band, I should say. Yes, I play punk, but the gain is still backed off quite a bit. With my stuff in the room, I know you guys hear this because that's how it sounds directly in the interface. There's little difference in that, but when I go from cabinet to cabinet, whatnot, there is a difference. And yes, that's a speaker, but with different guitars through different rigs, it sounds different with my group. All right, so I'm a fan of Glen too, guys. I get it. These pickups are too bright. There's no bottom end in it whatsoever. Particularly this guitar sounds really thin, not weak, but we played a show outside at a tattoo festival here, and I used both cabinets. I used my 412 and my 212 and the Katana head. There was no chug, let's put it that way. Ola would be sad. My chugging was not happening. For thrash, it was almost there, but again, this is too bright, too much high end. It's how the EQ is dialed in or wired into these pickups. So I'm getting EMGs, the 5766. Great thing about EMGs, if I don't like those, I just unplug them and plug in new ones. And the other Les Paul is right over there. That also is going to get EMGs. The only crappy thing about that is that guitar doesn't have a battery port like this one, so I'm going to have to just take off the back plate whenever I need to change the battery. That's going to be a hassle, but oh well. I'm trying to find a back plate with a battery thing in it like this one. It'd be great if Epiphone just sold those separately. I would just buy it for that guitar and just figure out how to fit it in. See how I'm off topic already? So, the hell was I even talking about? I guess I was just talking about my job and personal stuff. So, job's doing great. Money comes when it comes. I need to join Taxi. I got Reaper. That's where it was. I got Reaper. I'm in 4K. I'm hitting the gym twice a day, 7 days a week. That's my goal, 7 days. Sometimes it's 5 or 6, depending on how tired I am, because I turn 45 in 6 days. And given the fact that I am doing the gym twice a day, a lot of people, the guys I work with specifically, are like, I'm old enough to be their dad. They're tired. I'm dancing circles around them at that job. So for me to be this physically active at this age is a good thing. I've gone vegan, vegetarian. I have had meat a few times. Thanksgiving and Christmas, for 2 examples, is because my mother-in-law, thankfully this year, she did not need my assistance or KJ's assistance making those meals. She did it all on her own. And out of respect for her, I'm going to eat the food that she made. I'm not going to be that vegan, that douche, that's like, oh, I don't eat this. I don't eat this way now. I'm vegan. Yeah, I'm vegan too, but if someone's going to offer me something that they put time and effort into make, fireworks already. Jeez, that scared my dog. I know, Odin. It's not even, it's 8:52 p.m. Unbelievable. You're going to hear a lot of pitter patter and the dog's going to be climbing in here, but we're just going to go with it. So yes, I'm going to eat food that is made for me by family and friends. I'm not going to be that guy that has to put my dietary needs over everybody else's. If I can't go vegan, I'm going to go vegetarian. Another one. Yeah, that one kind of shook the house. Great. Okay, anyway, so going vegan vegetarian has been killer. I do feel generally better. I'm not as sluggish, I'm not as tired. I'm getting labs done for my doctor here pretty soon, so maybe something will improve. I don't even know. It could be a placebo effect. It could be that. Who knows? Oh, wow. Just saw that right there. That was actually kind of cool. Interesting. That picked up on camera. That's going to be going on for quite a while. It's going to be a long night here. Because my dog, he doesn't handle this that great. So we got some stuff we call calmies. I think KJ is giving them to him right now. They should chill him out. They might not. So anyway, so yeah, going vegan vegetarian has been cool. My husband still eats meat, so I buy stuff for him. I know the whole point is not to buy animal products. At least buying 50-50 helps that cause. That's what it is. That's what veganism is, in my opinion. It's a cause. It's a lifestyle. It's a cause. It's trying to prevent people from buying animal things in general. But he doesn't want to go vegan. That's fine. That's obviously, vegan is a choice in some societies. And I'm choosing to do that because I want to. And so far, so good. It's been killer. Eating a lot of beans, a lot of lentils, lots of vegetables, fruit, and reading ingredients. I know there's, I think somebody did a video saying, well, not all vegan is this because it's like shrimp based. So I don't know. That could be just a thing to point in people's faces. But either way, that's been going well. These videos are kind of lengthy, guys, just FYI. It's 22 minutes. I'm going to keep going because a lot went down this year. Recently just got 2 root canals. That was fun. Financially kind of screwed right now. Thankfully, my birthday is coming up, and I had some family members say, hey, you know what? You're in your 40s. Here's some money. You know what I mean? So that helps a lot. It's going to pay for these, basically. Let's see. Okay, so plans for 2025 for Blue Jay, myself, and the other bands. Real quick, I left Futilitarian just for a simple thing of time and money. Nothing against the guys. It's just they just released a new record with my keyboards in there. Maybe Chad did some other ones, I'm not sure, but songs that I recorded with them before I stepped down is on the new record. If they start playing live, I just don't have the time to rehearse. I just don't. Blue Jay rehearses once a week on Sundays, and the rest of the week I'm working or I'm taking care of myself in the house. So I just simply stepped down, and I don't even have a keyboard anymore. I sold it. I forget why I sold it. I think I sold it. I sold it to pay for a guitar that I don't even have anymore. You guys remember seeing that video of the black LTD Telly with the scallop frets and everything? Well, it turns out that scallop job was utter crap, to where the string height had to be really far from the neck to even have it be playable. So I sold that. Sold the keyboard, which I wasn't using anyway. It's not my main instrument. I'm not a piano player. I take cool sounds and make it sound good with the music that already exists. So for me to step down from Feudal was just simple. There's no hatred or animosity on both ends of the party. Just had to go. All the Rage, however, my punk band that I had with Wes and Derek and another Mark, I decided to leave because we weren't going anywhere. It took so long for us to even just get the thing off, to find a drummer for one. I pretty much had given up on that band, and then Derek saw an ad at Guitar Center about a drummer, and that's how we met Wes. So I do thank you for that, because Wes is in Blue Jay and the Pigeons. But it took us like almost 2 years to find a drummer, and it's just hard for that group to all of us be there. And I think, in my opinion, that the way the music was going, it wasn't the way that I had envisioned. And yes, that is me being a control freak. It is me being my way or no way kind of attitude, and that's not fair to those three. In my opinion, the speed and the type of punk that I wanted that band to be was not happening. And I felt it'd be best for both parties, I say me and them, that I take my band name and my songs and just leave and do it my way. And that's what I did. I got Antonio to do the drums. The drums are done. I have them all here. They're in Reaper, loaded up. They're real drums. I got to redo all the guitars. I got to redo all the bass to his drums because on the demos I gave him, they were the easy drummer. And I'm going to make this as authentic punk as I can. Meaning it's not going to sound lo-fi, but I don't have hi-fi. I'm not a master producer here. I'm going to take the tracks that Antonio gave and make the drums sound good, and then add my stuff to it, and then just work with that. I'm not going to spend months and months on production and remixing and re-recording. Here's how it sounds. It's a punk album. That's what I'm going for. We don't have a singer. So if there's any people that watch this that have lyrics, let's say you're in a band and you have songs that your band it just doesn't fit, or like, I want this song to go somewhere. If it can be punk, great. I don't want metal vocals. I'm sorry, I don't. I've been in bands with all screaming stuff. Nothing against it. I don't want that for my music. Think Henry Rollins meets Glenn Danzig meets Tom Araya on the Slayer punk cover album. That's the vibe, straight up. If you go to I think playlists, you can hear 2 songs that All the Rage is doing, the self-titled All the Rage, and a song called Misfit. That's the vibe. That's what we're going for. So any singers out there that just want to throw your vocals down on a program or something, send me the raw tracks. I'll mix you in. It's easy. I can't pay you because I'm not making a dime. So that goes here in town too. It doesn't have to be just Albuquerque, or it doesn't matter. It's the World Wide Web. So anybody out there who is a singer who has lyrics that can't figure out what to put it to, get at me. Let's see. Mark and I think I said earlier, yeah, we're gonna start playing again. We're gonna start rehearsing again. There's a couple places I think we can play that'll fit nicely. Ancora Cafe and then Dragonhorn Tavern. I think those 2 clubs will be cool in. I'm not gonna ask Barney for a Launchpad gig, just because we have not played again in 2 years. Let alone, we've never played the Launchpad. There's no following for Mark and I, sadly. We're a very niche thing. We do 70s and 60s TV show covers via guitars with some guitar instrumental. So when we played the fair way back, we played in the middle of the day. All the old timers loved it because we played stuff that they grew up on. That's how old those TV shows were. And I have some originals. Speaking of guitar instrumental, my song Suspended is finished. Except for Mark, if you see this, I need your track because I want to release that soon. In fact, I think I'm going to try to submit it for the Albuquerque Music Awards for Best Guitar Instrumental. I need to go see if that's even a thing anymore. So I'm going to release that as a single. I got some other instrumentals I want to do under Chris Can Guitar. That's my stuff. Once All the Rage gets a singer, we're just going to put out stuff as we go. It's going to be internet band, meaning that I'm just going to write music, Antonio's going to drum, I'm going to play the bass, and singers, plural, or singer, we'll just do vocals, and we'll release singles as we go, because Antonio's I think like 3 bands, one of them tours, or at least does out of town gigs once in a while. So unless there's a buzz for All the Rage in the punk scene here, which I doubt, we might play live. That's if the singer's local. If the singer's not local, then it ain't happening. Blue Jay is my main act. We do have goals in that group. We're gonna hit the studio in a month. We got a show in February. We're gonna try to expand on originals, expand on our covers, because I remember seeing on the Facebook Albuquerque Musician Finder, Isleta Casino was asking for bands to play a show, and I texted the people. I'm like, what do you guys need? And they need a band that can play a 4-hour set with 1 half-hour break. We're not there yet. We can do the 2 hours, and I even asked them, hey, can you split the set with me and Wes's country band? Because Wes is in a country band. They said no, they wanted one band. Like, that would have been perfect if it was both bands and just split the cost. You know what I mean? But so that's a goal for us now that we know that, hey, that casino is looking for that. So, and we still want to do weddings. We got ghosted by 2 people. I personally think, I know you guys are going to see this, Blue Jay members. I think we're asking too much. I don't want to lowball us, but we're asking too much right away for a nobody band. I think we need to start maybe halfway what we're asking and go from there. That's how I think we're going to get our foot in the door. Yeah, because we've been ghosted twice. The second we ask for our price, they don't even get back to us. So, or maybe they decide not to get married. Let's just pretend that happened. So that's the goal for Blue Jay, is to do weddings, casinos, and we're going to go for out at the fair again. We're going to try the state fair this time. Those are two different things. Out at the fair is a specific day. State fair is another specific thing. So if we can play the fair twice this year, that'd be killer. We're going to definitely do some launchpad shows. We're doing a Christmas production. Jeff is writing a Christmas production for this band to do. That's why we want to get our Eartha Kitt cover out there and whatnot, because we want to do this. So personal goals is to get off my diabetic meds. I'm on metformin, sadly. I'm really hoping. I'm on testosterone because I don't make it anymore. When I turned 40, my body just shut it off. So I have to have injections every week. And with our new Cheeto in Chief coming back in the office, he's going to cancel gender affirming care. Anybody with a brain knows that that's not just going to be geared towards the transgender community. Anybody who needs gender affirming care. Thanks. So I'm really hoping that things don't go the way that that guy has planned when he takes office in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm nervous about that, and more for my husband as well. I'm trying not to think about that because I don't want this channel to be political. That's why I got TikTok in the first place. I'm back on it. I'm gonna try to actually do music on TikTok, but I left TikTok because I got swallowed up in the just the madness of the political trash that's on that app, on both sides, more so the right than the left. But I'm really, I don't want to say afraid, but I'm afraid for him. It'll affect me too, and my brother, but it's going to affect him more. So I'm hoping things don't go the way he has planned. If you know, you know what that means. Anyway, I don't want to end that on a down note, but that's kind of where we're leading into this year. Is the band has positive goals. I have positive goals to be more physically fit, get off medications, really get into the whole vegan, vegetarian, to where it's easy to make food, blah, blah, blah. And get better at guitar. I'm still doing the Bradley Hall Music School, guitar school. That's fun, hanging with them, the whole class that we do the monthly hangouts, and talking to Bradley every now and then is pretty cool. But I'm hoping politically that we're not going to be affected by it. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's this year. That was the recap for 2024. Just getting your drummer, doing the set, playing the shows, working out more, working more, that kind of stuff. Next video is going to be Q&A number 3. I'm gonna read the questions while I'm filming it. If you guys have any questions, drop them down there. Hit subscribe and that bell. Happy New Year. It's gonna be midnight here in less than 3 hours. So be safe out there. Don't do anything dumb tonight. Yeah, that's it, guys. I don't know why I was looking at my dog. I thought I heard. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Happy New Year.